20 past 8. Well, do you remember the Simpsons episode where Homer joins a secret society called the Stonecutters? Here's a refresher.
Well, to be honest, I never got around to ordering that part for you, so it's still going to be a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But what if I were to shake your hand in this wise? Wah!
Wait! Wait! Well, I didn't realize you were a member.
Well, there you go. Well, the writers of that episode were making light-hearted fun of a real-life organisation called the Freemasons. It's the world's oldest secret society, and there's every chance that your grandfather was probably a member.
Yep, exactly right. Well, this month, the Freemasons are coming out of hiding to promote a good cause. Well, they've come out of hiding for quite a while, but to find out more, we're joined by Greg Levinson from the New South Wales Freemasonry and Alan Gale from the Victorian branch. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
Now,
Morning.
Tell us the origins, and is it still a secret society?
It's so secret we've got a webpage and we're on national television. The organisation came out of the stone guilds of the medieval times, and in the 1700s there was a transition to what we call speculative Freemasonry, when the moral lessons of the stone guilds were taken up and that was all that was practiced in the lodges. So we're called speculative Freemasons as opposed to operative Freemasons, who are the guys that...
Do all the chiselling.
Yes, real men wear aprons, mate.
Okay.
So what is the basis for you all being together? Because this is an email that we've got that I thought was interesting. Renee says, my grandfather's a Freemason. I know so little about it and I've researched it, but because of its secrecy, I can't ask him anything. Most of his family are also in this cult, she calls it.
Yeah,
now, that's obviously a word that people are going to use when they don't know anything about it. So tell us what the origins, why...
We're a worldwide fellowship or group of men. There are 6 million of us around the world, and we can travel to lodges wherever we come from. Within Australia, there's 80,000 Freemasons, and in New South Wales, about 15,500 of us. We are there to support each other, to promote a sense of community, family involvement, not just men. And I think that's one of the major areas that we're here to talk about today.
Are you brought together by religious beliefs, or what
No, well, yes and no.
involves you in the group?
Yes and no, in that to be a Freemason you have to have a spiritual religious belief, which means Jew, Christian, Muslim, or if you just have a personal belief that you believe there's a God or a spiritual creator, you can be a member. So if a man comes and wants to join and he's an atheist or he doesn't believe in God, he's not a member. So that's one big dividing line. But it's also interesting that since 1723, it's been an organisation that has accepted people from all religions. And that's been one of its most potent things. It has a history of being the meeting place in times of religious tension and in political tension, because we portray ourselves as being a universal organisation that transcends boundaries.
Okay.
So nationality isn't important.
But why be so secretive and have your secret handshakes and stuff like that when... because that just gets people thinking, doesn't it? What do they hide?
We're not a secretive organisation. We are an organisation with secrets. These are particularly attractive to the men who join. They quite enjoy these recognition secrets. They're like having a PIN number. It enables the Masons to know who else is a Mason, not so much out in the community. We're quite happy now to be seen as Masons within the community, part of that community. We have for the last 50 years, I suspect, been in a relative ice age, isolated and appearing to be secretive, but that's disappearing, and we're making sure that we disappear, and we're making sure that we become part of this community again and assist the community.
The other thing is about the secrets that are important. There are several degrees. And the degrees are in a ritual, and there are things that you are taught about and explained to you. And if I was to tell you what they were now, the point of it would be totally lost. So the secret is actually preserved to preserve that element of surprise and discovery. Because if everyone knew what it was, why would you join it? Because there'd be nothing to discover.
Okay, so you want to become more part of the community, and you've mentioned that, and the Men's Health Campaign is part of that. Tell us about it.
Well, we saw from our own membership the number of men that are not seeing doctors, and are coming down from preventable diseases that could have been headed off by a simple health check. And when we were thinking about doing a national project, well, it became obvious. At first we thought, do we run an internal campaign? No, take it to the community. And the more we talked to people over the last couple of years in setting it up, the more it became apparent that men, doctor, don't go and see the doctors.
Right.
And the simple message of this first year is, guys, at least once a year, go and get a checkup.
The campaign is badged Men's Health No More Secrets. The word secret is important in this particular campaign. Obviously it's a play on the perception that the craft is secretive, and it's also a play on the fact that men are secretive towards their own health.
Okay, all right.
All right. Can I ask, Greg, why do you wear blue aprons?
It's the colour of Freemasonry, representing the sky, and the white part is the lambskin, the pure lambskin part of the apron, which is the basis of all our aprons.
And the white is
real
purity.
lambskin?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah? No, that's okay. No, I'm just curious if it still is. That's what you.
Yeah, and the aprons are basically based on the lambskin, which is a symbol of purity.
We had an initiation last night, a first degree of in my own lodge. The father initiating his son, and he would have received that as part of his night last night. It was a very moving,
Very emotional.
emotional evening for the lodge and the family, and I think Freemasonry is part of that.
For women present?
Your own. No, not till the
It is a men's
No,
organisation.
but I didn't know if a woman could go to the see her son, who might be
Not till he comes out to the dinner part.
Afterwards.
Although within the organisation now, without stating the obvious, we now have women in management, board level, within the jurisdictions around the country. Women are a major part of this organisation with their talents and skills.
But not members.
But not
No.
within the lodge at that time. No.
Okay. Thank you, Alan and Greg, very much for your time.
Thank you for your
Appreciate
time.
it.
Thank you.
And do you have a story for Sunrise? If so, just head to our website and click on Sunrise Story. There you go. Later this hour, the psychic who doesn't read your palm, she reads your rear end instead. Or about that foretelling in the future. At 8:40, she looks at mine, she'll have a big story to tell.
To next. Looking straight ahead, I see this morning's headlines and today's weather after the break. You're watching Sunrise.